Hello everybody, welcome to today's video. In today's video we'll be reacting to Elon Musk advices. So I'm trying to put these videos just to do like a compilation of his greatest advices and react with you guys.
Did you give them about their career, maybe about life in general?
Try to be useful. Do things that are useful to your fellow human beings, to the world. It's very hard to be useful. Are you contributing more than you consume? I would encourage people to use the mental tools of physics and apply them broadly in life. They're the best tools. But I'd encourage people to read a lot of books. Just read, basically try to ingest as much information as you can. And try to also just develop a good general knowledge.
What advice would you give them about their career?
I like this advice. In Spanish there is a quote that says, el que no vive para servir no sirve para vivir. So it rhymes very good in Spanish. In English means if you don't live to be useful, you don't deserve to be living. So I think this advice it's very true. It's facts.
If you're a new company, unless it's like some new industry or new market that, if it's an untapped market, then you have more ability to. The standard is lower for your product or service. But if you're entering anything where there's an existing marketplace against large entrenched competitors, then your product or service needs to be much better than theirs. It can't be a little bit better, because then you put yourself in the shoes of the consumer and they say, why would you buy it as a consumer? You're always going to buy the trusted brand unless there's a big difference. So a lot of times, an entrepreneur will come up with something which is only slightly better. And it can't just be slightly better. It's got to be a lot better.
We can see that he really his facts, his advices, he put them in practice, because he's saying that you have to be way too much better. And for example, he do electric vehicles, and his electric vehicles are way too much better than the other ones in the market. So this is a very good advice.
There's maybe some value also from a technology standpoint, because I found it rewarding to spend all night programming computers just by myself, and I think most people don't enjoy typing strange symbols into a computer by themselves all night. They think that's not fun, but I thought I really liked it. So I would just program all night by myself, and I found that to be quite enjoyable. But I think that is not normal. I think there's maybe
I think this is very, very good advice, because he's saying, I think that's not normal, but sometimes great things are not normal. We have to strive to do rare stuff, different stuff than others, to be outstanding, to be better. I like this.
In the World Government Summit, we have so many people so many young people actually, from across the globe. If you have an advice to them, young people globally want to be like Elon Musk, what's your advice to them?
Advice, if you want to make progress in things, I think that the best analytical framework for understanding the future is physics. I'd recommend studying the thinking process around physics, like not the equations. Equations certainly they're helpful, but the way of thinking in physics is it's the best framework for understanding things that are counterintuitive.
In the World Government Summit,
I don't know about
what would you say to young people that want to change the world, that have big ideas? What advice could you give?
I would say go do it. Just go out there and do it. The biggest thing I think people fail to do is that they're too afraid to try things. That they shouldn't be afraid of failing, and they should just go and do it.
Did you fail at anything that you tried?
I've lost. I mean, I've not lost a war, but I've lost battles certainly.
What would you say to young people?
Wow. Wow. I like this advice really, because sometimes to take a big step we are afraid. And it's very simple, the equation, just do it.
People
Very nice advice.
do not think critically enough. I mean, critical thinking is a skill in short supply, where people take too many things as they assume too many things to be true without sufficient basis in that belief. It's very important that people closely analyze what is supposed to be true and try to build up. Try to say let's analyze things from first principles, not by analogy or not by convention. If you assume things are true by convention, which is actually what most people do, then it's difficult to gain insight into how things can be bettered.
If you read a page of a book, you could recite the page.
Yes, there are ways to do this. There are memory tricks that can be used to do that. But I wouldn't say that that's a good use of free brain power.
What's the biggest thing you think to teach the brain then? If I want to teach my brain something, what's the most valuable thing I could do?
Okay, well, here's something that could be helpful to people who watch this. The important thing in order to remember something, you must assign meaning to it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to say why.
Sure.
Just say like, why is relevant? And if you can say why something is relevant, you probably will remember it. But because your brain is basically constantly trying to forget everything as much as possible.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to store memories.
I mean, the annoyance, though, of like people holding it against you that you've had success, holding it against you that you have wealth, viewing billionaires as evil, and you're not doing enough to give back. You have like the Elizabeth Warren thing that you haven't paid your fair share. I mean, that's got to be kind of aggravating.
Yeah, I think it's just important to understand like what is this wealth? It's not like I've got like some massive cash balance. My cash balances are very, very low, and at least until I sold stock, which is really the first time I've actually sold stock in any meaningful way, was this quarter. I simply had loans against my stock, so if Tesla and SpaceX went bankrupt, I would go bankrupt too immediately. So,
I mean, the annoyance, though, of like people holding it against you that.
When you think about advising your children on a career with so much that is changing, what do you tell them that's going to be of value?
I would just say, to sort of follow their heart in terms of what they find interesting to do or fulfilling to do, and try to be as useful as possible to the rest of society.
When you think about advising your children on a career.
Follow your heart, guys. Advices from Elon Musk. Please, if you like the video, like, comment and subscribe. Have a very nice day.